It's becoming undeniable. Jalen Brunson is one of the best point guards in the entire NBA, and he proves why on a night-to-night basis. He has other NBA players and head coaches coming out and praising him, his game, and also saying how difficult it is to guard Jalen on a one-on-one situation. With all of this praise and all of the accolades he's recently achieved, I think it's safe to say that Jalen Brunson is going to get a massive extension from the New York Knicks. The only question is, when is that extension going to come? According to multiple NBA insiders, Jalen Brunson would be open to signing an extension with the New York Knicks come this offseason. However, other NBA insiders note that Jalen Brunson should not sign that extension this offseason, but instead should wait to the offseason of 2025, because that's when Brunson can maximize the amount he can get from the New York Knicks. We're going to break down these latest reports and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. Jalen Brunson is likely to not sign an extension with the New York Knicks this summer. Now, I know what you're thinking. Does that mean Jalen Brunson's going to leave New York? Is he not going to want to stay with the New York Knicks? No, that's not what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and calm those concerns down right now. Jalen Brunson will likely be a New York Knicks player for the rest of his entire career. So there's no issues with that at all. All we're talking about now is timing regarding when he's going to sign that extension. Because let's face it, everybody knows that the New York Knicks are absolutely going to offer Jalen Brunson a contract extension. The only thing we're waiting on is when that contract extension is going to be offered to Jalen and how much money is going to be involved. Well, thanks to Bleacher Report, we now have that information. But Bleacher Report also suggests that Jalen Brunson should not sign that extension in 2024, but rather should sign that extension in the offseason of 2025, because that's what's best for Brunson and, of course, the money he can make over the course of his career. Let's take a look at these recent reports from Bleacher Report. According to Bleacher Report, while Jalen Brunson is eligible for a 4-year, $156.5 million contract extension with the New York Knicks this summer, the first-time All-Star is not expected to jump on it, despite reports he is open to discuss this summer. This is coming from Greg Schwartz of Bleacher Report. He's speaking about this following report coming from Newsday Steve Popper, where he stated Brunson is open to discussing an extension this summer. According to Popper, I've heard whispers that Jalen Brunson would be open to discussions to do an extension this summer. This was reported by Steve Popper on the Putback Show with Ian Bagley on April 4th. When Brunson was recently asked about that extension by Steve Popper of Newsday, he had the following to say about it. I mean, obviously, that's the thing that you want to have, security. But I'm just focusing on finishing the season, doing the best we can to make sure everybody's back healthy, and just doing my part. That's at the forefront of my mind, and I'll worry about that other stuff later. I didn't expect anything different from our leader in Jalen Brunson. When you're a leader of this team, you only have a handful of games left of the regular season. You're very close to the postseason, and you're still fighting for playoff seeding. You're not going to talk about an extension, especially if you're a leader of this squad. That's why Jalen Brunson did what he did. I have no problem at all with him saying what he did, because the New York Knicks right now are in lock-in mode. We need to lock in and stay focused on each and every game. Each and every game matters. We need to win them so that way we can hopefully become the 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. For me, that's the sweet spot. That's where the New York Knicks absolutely need to end up, because right now the matchup would be the Knicks versus the Pacers. If the Knicks slip to 4, they would have to face the Cavs again, potentially. Although if the Cavs continue to lose, they could fall to 6. Either way, here's why 3rd is perfect for the Knicks. If the Knicks face the Pacers, they're beating the Pacers. If the Knicks face the Cavs, they're beating the Cavs. If Philly somehow creeps up to 6, the Knicks are absolutely going to beat Philly as well, too. And if the Knicks do have a deep postseason run, I don't think Jalen Brunson's going to sign that extension, because it's clear to him right now, if he continues to play at this level, signing an extension this offseason is actually going to hurt him, because it's going to leave a lot of money on the table. If he waits, how much money could he potentially sign for? Well, thanks to Bleacher Report, they help to answer that question as well, too. According to Bleacher Report, waiting until 2025, when he can become an unrestricted free agent would be far more lucrative for Brunson, who made just $6.1 million over his first 4 seasons after being selected in the second round by the Mavericks. Bleacher Report continues by stating Brunson will be able to sign for 30% of the 2025-2026 salary cap that could reach as high as $155.1 million, according to sportstrack.com. This would mean a first-year salary of $46.5 million and a total contract of over $270 million overall. Jalen Brunson loves New York. He loves this team. He loves what he means for this team. Not only that, he also loves how the fan base, as well as internally, the entire New York Knicks organization has believed in him and bought into him as the leader and the point guard of the future. And clearly, that's motivated him. He's put this Knicks team on his back, and he's done things that only we could hope and dream for. But he's making them a reality because of his extraordinary play and how strong of a guard that he is. Because even though he's short, he's extremely stocky. He has great shoulders. He digs those shoulders into you. He creates that contact, and he gets to the line. He doesn't get every call. That's unfortunate. But even though he doesn't get every call, he doesn't let that stop him or slow him down or make him completely upset. He still locks into the game. He focuses, and he tries his best to score no matter what the referees or the defenses are giving him on that night. If he's getting a lot of calls, great. If he's not, he's going to play through it and still try to score the bucket. That's what you need from your point guard. That's when you need from your leader when things aren't going right or you see things starting to slip away. You need a leader to come in and say, let's lock in. Let's focus. The game is not done yet. We've not lost yet. We can still win. The New York Knicks have been down double digits for some of these games going into halftime, but that's not deterred Jalen Brunson or this team. They are buying into Tom Thibodeau, what he's preaching, and of course, the extraordinary play of Jalen Brunson. Because of all of those things, this Knicks team continues to believe and they continue to show effort. And at the end of the day, that is all you need in the NBA to put together a run to come back. And the Knicks, even though they've been down, they have not been out. They have been pushing and fighting and clawing back, trying to win these games. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. But each and every time they do that, they show you their identity and their grit. They're never going to quit. They're never going to stop. This Knicks team goes as Jalen Brunson goes. Jalen is never going to stop. He is going to attack, and attack until he makes things happen. The New York Knicks are the exact same way. They're going to hit you and hit you and hit you until something happens that benefits the Knicks. And I love that. And it all starts with Jalen. So is he going to get that extension? I do think he's going to get one with the New York Knicks, obviously. But in my opinion, he's not going to do that this summer. He's going to wait, and he's going to do it in 2025. And I know what you guys are going to say, or at least mention in the comments to some degree. Well, Julius Randle, he's an all-star, but he left money on the table for the New York Knicks, and he signed an extension with us. Can't Jalen Brunson do the same thing? Yeah, Jalen Brunson could do the same thing, but here's the thing. The amount of money he could leave on the table if he does not wait to 2025 is absolutely ridiculous. I know he loves this team. He loves the Knicks. And of course, he thinks this Knicks team can go very far. He wants to help them, and he wants to make sure in free agency he doesn't hold them back for anything. At the same time, you need to get your money. You need to get your bread. And sometimes it's about what you do and what you work for. Jalen Brunson has earned the most amount of money he could possibly get from this Knicks team. So in my opinion, he should be paid that. Wait till 2025, Jalen. Don't rush this extension. Believe in yourself. Look at what believing in yourself has led to in your career. Believing in yourself has led you to have one of the best contracts in your entire career with the New York Knicks. Believing in yourself has led you to become an all-star. If he continues with that same mindset, it is no doubt in my mind that Jalen Brunson will get the money he's supposed to get. He should wait till 2025, maximize the amount of money he can get from the New York Knicks because he's earned it, he's worked to this point, and he deserves it. Everybody knows it in New York. I know it. Leon Rose in the front office knows it. And in some cases, I think Jalen knows it as well, too. Even though it's a possibility that he could potentially sign an extension with the New York Knicks, which if he did that would be more for the Knicks than it is for him. I know he mentioned security, but the way he's playing right now, it's secure that he's likely going to get as much money as he wants come 2025. He doesn't have to worry about that. But I understand injuries can happen to anybody at any time. And potentially, if that does happen, it could derail him. So if that's the case, if he has those concerns, do I see him sign an extension with the New York Knicks this offseason? Maybe, potentially. I'll give it a 10% chance. But honestly, that extension is coming in 2025, and deservedly so. He deserves that extension. He is going to get it. He is one of the best players for this Knicks team on a night-to-night basis. He is one of the most impactful Knicks players that we have seen come into this franchise over the last few years, and likely one of the best free agent additions to a franchise, not only to the Knicks, but to a franchise in NBA history. That's the level and impact that Jalen Brunson is giving this Knicks team. We all have to respect it and recognize it. Jalen is going to stay with the New York Knicks for his entire career. I absolutely believe that. But that extension, it's not coming in 2024, despite the reports. It's coming in 2025. Because, ladies and gentlemen, that is what's best for business for Jalen Brunson. But what about you guys? What do you think about these latest reports that Jalen is likely not going to sign an extension in 2024, but more likely is going to sign that extension in 2025? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knick fans. Peace.